Hello boys, it's me, Cool Yoshi, and welcome back to my bonus episode of my 100% playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for Nintendo Switch. We left off in the Chamber Dungeon trying to complete all the gold challenges, but we only got 3 challenges in before we kind of got stuck for a while. Well, we finally finished that annoying setup, so now it's finally time to do something different. This one is a regular one, and then there will be 2 speedrun runs. These are personally my favorite for one reason and one reason only. Because 1, they're usually really easy, and 2, there are ways you can set them up to make them quick, so yeah. Now that I understand how staircases work, I should hopefully be able to set them up a little bit better, that's for sure. At least so we can skip a lot of stuff, because clearly last time I was not doing that correct at all. So, we're going to start with Dungeon Song. And if you check, we have to get all the chambers placed again, and we already start with a thing placed on. As per classic, we're going to put Moldorm back into the area, and we're going to put him at the top, because that's where Nightmare usually goes. And this one is just a normal dungeon, so it doesn't matter, it's just a long one. So we can kind of just go crazy. Since we haven't been putting many bosses, let's start with one right here, just for fun. And then quickly fill in stuff. Beyond that, I'm not going to actually do much strategy. I'm just going to fill in everything, starting from left to right, and just see what kind of craziness I can come up with. One thing I will try to do, though, is maybe place a few, non-enemy rooms or non-chest rooms in one of the sides, so I don't have to go to them later. So let's do that, actually. I think that'll make the room a little bit easier to speedrun. Okay, I don't want that. That is a chest. Let's do this instead. Sure, we'll put this in. Because we only will need to go for it twice at the very least. And yes, I'm just putting this in from random. Just to make it more interesting. Okay, now we need currently multiple side rooms, so let's start with a forest boss on Everard. Since I haven't been doing enough bosses, I may as well make one be forced, because why the heck not? Put in a 4-way here, we'll do this one. Again, all the rooms that just have you fill all the stuff in, I consider these to be pretty easy. The hardest part is actually putting all of them in proper. Or getting to the challenges where you have to put in multiple into areas simultaneously. We're just gonna put this little loopy room here, and from there kind of just throw all of our chest stuff down here. Okay, and from there, let's put a center path up to the right, placing a couple chests in the way just to make it less rooms that we have to put with chests later. Except for this one, I guess. And, oh, well, I will have to fix that at some point. We definitely need some chests, unfortunately, in order to get through this really good. Okay, let's make this a linear path. To get some chests in here. Put like 5 chests in a row here, and then try to put like non-rooms that we don't have to clear. So let's just throw this in here. Let's throw this and this in here. This. this. You can see I'm kind of just going into rapid placing mode once I get into this. Okay, that we don't have to do. Okay, I think we need a forced 3 here, so let's put that up there. It's a good thing not all these are chest rooms, otherwise it would be kind of annoying. And yes, I will have to face a boss in one of these, but that at least will make it a little bit more epic. Okay, I don't want to take too long, obviously, so I want to put at least one locked door here, make sure there's not too many of those, and throw stuff in such a way that I don't have to go to any of those rooms ever. And done. Now we won't have to go for those rooms ever. And from there, I think my path is clear. Go down to the right, get those keys, then head down to the right and get that. Or go to the right, head to the left, teleport back, and then from there, everything should be good. Alright. Of course, if I was playing a little bit smarter, maybe I would throw in more chests just to make it more tight, but I could always make different dungeons like that. So, since we're only here to finish the challenges, it doesn't matter what I have. So let's just go to the adventure and do that. Alright, here we go. Time for the speedrun. I'm gonna start by actually, hang on. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm forced to the right side. So I have to defeat a boss no matter what. Let's set up this while we wait, I guess. Maybe not. Alright, here's our first boss fight. That being said, even these aren't that bad. Because now I have my sword back, they're just gonna go down very quickly. Bam. Just like that. They're already gone. Okay. I do want to get this done quickly. Okay, I can actually wait until later to do it. Possibly. I don't care where the staircases go because I'm not going to use any of them. If I had 4 staircases, then I would have to think a little bit more about my setup, but I don't. I just place whatever is fastest on the right side and also place as few chests as possible, because the fewer chests you have to open, the better. But come on. There we go. I'm getting kind of annoyed at these guys. Let's just straight up kill them. That's how much I hate them. I never even knew you could kill those guys with lightning. Well, that's gonna make hero mode a lot easier. Oh, I also forgot about this. I always forget that I put this room at one point. Well, I have to do this boss again. Which means more RNG nonsense. And, stun craziness. Which I missed, of course, which means it's probably gonna do a bad pattern. Which I knew. Okay, we're gonna start doing damage boosts. Oh, there we go. Basically a perfect pattern. Why couldn't I gotten that sooner and gotten the execution down? Well, at least that made it a little bit fun. Still not gotten that spin correctly. I'd like to kill all 4 enemies with that one spin one time. I think that would be cool. So far, we haven't gotten it yet. Okay, I think I want arrows and this next. And then I'll swap to later. Considering all the stuff that's going down, I feel like having bow and arrows will make some rooms faster, so may as well do that. Well, what the heck? I did not mean to pause there at all. Clearly. My nose is starting to get really itchy from all this nonsense that's going on. Because clearly I need that in the middle of this. All the small keys, by the way. I have so many key lock doors that there's going to be many small crates. Cool hit with the bow on that. Those keys are not easy to hit with the bow. Considering I could have used the sword, that's pretty impressive kill there. I figure since I always start with 60, may as well make it most of them. Okay, yeah, that is it. Okay. Now we work back to the start and take the main path back to the right, and from there we're basically forced into a linear path up to the left, and we can take on the Nightmare. Which will be Mordorm again, because, yeah, I'm getting tired of the ever bosses. If you want to see different bosses, then the first part of the dungeon will have more variety. Though, eventually I will probably put in Hearted Beetle again, just because I think it's cool, but beyond that, oh, get used to see Mordorm a lot, because Mordorm is by far the easiest boss. I might throw in a little bit of Key Slime too, though, because he's also pretty easy. You can see how much I hate these laser fiends. Clearly, I'll need to get the boomerang really early if I want to do hero mode. And yes, the game seems really easy to do in the normal vein, but once you do hero mode, things become a lot more difficult. Because all of a sudden, your route changes, because it's like, you probably want to just collect hearts as soon as possible, because the sooner you get those, the better. And you also have to play really wise, too, like using your shield on everything, so on and so forth. Yeah, all that stuff. I cannot get that quick hit today. Still okay, though, I guess. And yeah, see, each of these only give you 300 rupees, so there's nothing you get except for pure strength and the knowledge that you've conquered one of the harder challenges of the game. And we're doing these one at a time just to make sure I don't get confused, but... And to make things interesting. Ooh, this one is the speedrun one. Okay, this one requires one chest, but other than that, it's not really that bad. In fact, this might actually be one of the quickest dungeon setups ever. The only thing that's really bad is it says you have to battle Hinoxes, but other than that, I don't know if there is anything else to do. Okay, alright. It has been a while since I've seen a dungeon this simple, but clearly it's not going to be simple. Because Dumpy has some forced rooms in him, so it might not be as easy as I thought. He said I have to battle Hinoxes, so that's probably going to balance it out, but still. It should be too hard, considering how much I've learned how to speedrun this game. That being said, though, okay, it would help if I, not get blocked by that. What do they mean by hawks? Oh, that's what these guys are called. So these weird ogre things, apparently they're called Hinoxes. Well, they're just as simple as always. I've beaten, like, quite a few of these, and because I have the upgraded sword, they go down, like, almost instantly. I'm guessing if you had a lesser armor, they'd be more difficult, but... Yeah, and there's gonna be multiple of them, clearly. That's why they call it House of the Hinox, I guess. Because they are two forced bosses you have to defeat. Dumpy, put them in. You can't skip them, no matter what you do. That was actually a pretty cool way to finish that room. One of the stealths fell down and I killed both of the bats at the very least. Which is still pretty quick. And I don't believe I was able to choose the left spot either, so... I think all of the bosses have already been picked for me. So I think clearly the boss is going to be the challenge here. Unless I was able to... I don't think I was able to pick the nightmare, by the way, so it looks like we might see a different nightmare after all. Unless it is not the thing. Yeah, it's Genie this time. Of course, they gotta put a long boss at the end. Thankfully, I don't really need anything other than a sword to beat him, so we'll just be swinging our sword most of the time. So that's a weird spot to put your sword in. Might mess up my pattern, but other than that... And yes, I learned from a lot through that you can just spam the Rock's Feather over and over again to easily dodge those. That's why I do that. That's pretty consistent. If you mash and move to the left and right, you hardly won't get hit at all, which helps a lot for hero mode, which is a much harder mode to beat normally. Okay. One cycle. Nice. That saved a lot of time. And we got to see a new different nightmare after all. And since that was a time dungeon, that went really fast. I think that was like the fastest golden challenge ever. So if you're gonna farm rupees, it may as well be that one, because that was so fast. Holy crap. Less than a minute it took to beat that. That's clearly your best one for 5 rupees. Except, now we have this annoying one. Oh, and you start in the rightward spot. Ooh, that's actually obnoxious. Well, clearly if we put stuff close to the right, we can't do anything. So we'll start with this and this to make so we don't have to do with those ever. And that. And then we need to put at least 2 staircases somewhere in the right to left. But we need to separate them enough to actually do that. Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot we need to get to the nightmare as well. That is something I always forget. But other than that, the others don't really matter. So let's ignore all chests and all locked doors and try and look for quick doors that will make us and we have to fight the key slime. Okay, well that'll be fine. Key slime's pretty easy. Key slime's one of the easiest bosses actually. Okay, let's put in this one. And I think to save time, we do this, then this, and then put the room down, I think. Clearly. Or maybe you do this. Actually, no, you do this. You put the room down here. That connects to that, guaranteed. And then if I put one up here, right next to the right side, it should guaranteedly connect to that, right? Right? I think that's what happens. Hang on. I don't have many good staircase rooms for the upward one. Well, that's fine, because we could just warp out. Oh, wait, and I have to move this down a step further, because I just realized that I don't have a thing set up for that. That's a bomb wall. I don't want that. Nor that. Looks like we're gonna have to go with an extra key. Oh well. We'll put that in. It's not gonna really change anything. Alright. Yeah, okay, alright. So I could skip the need to clear that. Oh, wait, no. I forgot that there are 4 Stroobs in here. And one of them is a force boss, so I'll have to defeat one no matter what. Okay. I think my idea was I didn't want to have to do that piece room more than once. The chess piece room, as you can see. Okay, so... Alright, everything looks right. And sure enough, yeah. I'm getting a lot smarter with these, that's for sure. Still, though, that was a very annoying pattern, having to put a close-up staircase just to force the 2 staircases to do like that. Ugh. That's probably, like, the most obnoxious dungeon I've ever had to do, because not only was it a full clear one, but it was also swordless on top of that, which put in a couple of other complications. Alright, well, time for the speedrun. It's 5 minutes, so it's a little bit more generous than the last one. And it's actually perfectly set up for us to just walk in, take the key, and then we can use our warp to just completely skip having to do that room entirely. I like rooms where you can do that. We have to do that, because we can't go in from the back. Get out of my way! Okay, this is a forced boss fight here. You know, I know how we beat him, by the way. We just get hit by him, then we jump behind him, or actually, I think we just try and jump behind him, and then we hit him in the back, and that's all. Except when he does that. Kind of annoying boss. That's actually probably the least favorite boss. He did a lot of damage to my hearts, but thankfully I have this fairy, which I can collect in a minute to basically restore all that right back. Yep. That was probably because I was taking multiple hits. I think it's like 1.5 hearts of damage. In normal gameplay, you have to wait for him to do the uppercut before you can even attack. But clearly I don't have that kind of time, so I just take damage and then use the iframes to go behind him to damage him. At least that's what I think the speedrun strategy is. I haven't really optimized it to the best of my abilities, though. Okay, we have to use our sword to do this, and we have to clear this room. A little bit annoying, but can't really skip it. I couldn't find an easier room for this. It's fine, though. We'll just get beasts from it. That's alright, and after clearing this staircase, the second one will then have our nightmare key, and we have to use our hook shot. Why am I doing that? We have to do this twice, no matter what, unfortunately. Nice to finally have a sword to just remove that entirely. Stupid. Oh, pose, getting in my way. Get out of my way, pose. Don't have any business in this dungeon. Really. I mean that. Okay, he's too far away. Okay. Key hunt. Key slime. See if we can get a good key slime fight. I haven't really gotten a good key slime fight. My problem with this fight so far is the fact that I just cannot get them in the right spot. Still pretty quick fight though. For me, the first phase is screwing me up a lot, because sometimes I'll dash and I just take damage for no reason. I cannot deal with that sometimes. It's just really annoying. But we got through it pretty quick, of course, since it's a time dungeon. They're not really meant to be long. Because at that point, you just want to get it through it as quickly as possible. Alright, need a hand. Restrictions, no sword, and let's actually take a look at what's here, just to see if there's anything else here. We have this thing over to the right. Free. That guy, I guess we'll have to learn how to take out the shed guy without a sword, because that guy is there. And then we have this one. Oh, this room. And, okay, I don't actually see anything else. Well, for starters, we need entrance. We already have one. So, alright. I'm gonna put you instead this time, just to make things more interesting. Because we've done Hothead a little bit too much. In the next swordless one, we'll redeem ourselves against Hothead. That'll be confirmed. Okay. For safety, we should probably put a couple chests here just for extra safety. And then make this leftward one a staircase room. Unless I can't do that, then I'll have to put one due to the right and then put a staircase down there, or actually I can do it. I just have to do some different stuff. You know what? I'm gonna put one right here. Then we'll put a staircase down here and another staircase down here once I get a chance. So put one here. Oh wait, I already put one down there. I didn't know that was down here. Well, in that case, let's remove that and move that, and we'll do this instead. We'll put a singular staircase down here, and that should hopefully force it. Yeah, okay, good. That'll force it to go to the right, so we can skip all that mess and go straight to the second spot, which also turns this dungeon to more interesting sequence dungeon that isn't too difficult to beat, and from there we kind of just have to link up everything else. But clearly they don't want us to enter for other stuff, so let's start by, I guess, clearly they want all the pathways to be connected, so we're gonna put that in there. Okay, I don't want it like that necessarily. We'll put this here. We'll put this here. Lots of freeway rooms to connect to each other. Quite a bit, actually. May as well put a key door somewhere here. And we'll put that as a normal boss room, and that should be it. Okay. Well, everything is completable without a sword, so I know that this is completable without a sword. Now, I didn't see that troll room come up again, so everything should be fine. Right. Okay, then. Avenger. If I did that correctly. Okay, we, got to that one. We're going a lot faster in these, that's for sure. Okay, alright. Now we have no swords, so we need to do this and or boomerang. I'm gonna actually just start with the arrows and just aggressively use them and see if I end up having to use anything later. That being said, I'm still gonna have to use the Rock's Feather for a lot of this. Rock's Feather is still a pretty important item. Very useful. Oh, right. Oh, this is a room. This is a room now, all of a sudden. I think we need to use bomb arrows. I don't think there's anything else we could do, unless we could do other stuff. Oh. Good grief. Either that or force them to move twice, which is probably what we'll have to do. Okay, well, now he's moved enough to where I can do that. Well, that accidentally turned itself into a puzzle room. Not having a sword means you can't break those boxes, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, clearly bow and arrows aren't enough, but at the very least they're better than anything else. Okay. Get this chest. Get the other required chest. That was a lot of chests I put down there. Might have been a little much for doing a thing, but hey, at least I wanted to make something. Can I please? Lawn boomerang shot there. Get over that piranha plant and head back down to the left. And we skipped that puzzle because of that. Actually, having that as a full puzzle room would make it really hard. Whoa! What the heck? Okay, so falling down that is that apparently sends you back to the start. I'm so used to that just getting destroyed that I didn't know that that thing just sucks you in. Wow. That's like a Wall Master's effect within itself. No doubt about it. The only other thing that could have been would have been a Wall Master effect. And since there are no Wall Masters there, that's an annoying room in itself. Maybe I should have not used that room or used something else to do with it. Because clearly that was not what I wanted. Okay. Well, attempt number 2 at this room. Which you'll have to wait on a little bit more. Okay. Now it's turning into a Psycho Madness, sort of. There we go. Alright, we avoided it that time. I'm just so used to just destroying it in one hit that... Oh, that's what this is. Clearly. That was a long shot just to defeat that one guy. Okay, I think this is either Boomerang or something else. Yeah, Boomerang. We need Boomerang for that one. That was a forced room, so we had to learn that guy's weakness. Poor shy guy. Sheesh, the Boomerang is so overpowered. I think that's the second time, like the third time I said it this video. Like, so many things just get absolutely wrecked by it. That one takes 2 hits. So I don't know why that thing dies in 1 hit from the bow, but takes 2 hits to die from the boomerang. That must be his weakness, I guess, is bow and arrows. Just on their own, because if you use bombs, they don't die there either. It's just bow on its own, apparently. It kills them quicker. Those weird guys that kind of just teleport around. Start killing those jerks. I don't like them one bit. Okay, we're kind of surrounded here. Okay, that was surprisingly quick for those not having a sword there. And that guy turned into a fairy, which was kind of nice. But he's not going in the right spot, so we won't be able to use it anyway. New fact, if you want to do this room on Euro mode, clearly a boomerang is all you need, because being able to kill those phase makes it easy. In other stuff like that, anti-fairies and other stuff, usually lightning orbs like that are completely invulnerable. You can't kill them no matter what. They just stay there to annoy you And if you mess anything up, then they'll deal you massive damage. Being able to kill them, though, is just... wow. It makes that entire room section much easier. Oh, right. I need to figure out how to destroy those. I have a way of doing it, though. But we'll need to use bomb arrows to do some of it. What the heck was that shot? I was not supposed to be like that. All the bombs we've had to use so far. Clearly. Not enough bombs have been used this run. Right. Right, we have to use that to do that. That is Nightmare Key, so we didn't even need that, just as I thought. Wasted bomb, I guess. Our tangents. Take out the face guy. Which means bomb stuff. I believe there is a strategy that uses bomb arrows, but I've not actually fully learned it yet, so I'm gonna have to start with regular stuff. And maybe, if it allows, I'll try using the bomb arrows. I know in the original game, that's a fast way of killing the level 6 boss, is to just use bomb arrows on him non-stop. Skip ruining all these guys that I can. What? Okay, I did not mean to do that. I meant to use this to kill him. And yes, we know, your weak point is your face, clearly. Okay, well, I guess I could potentially use them, but in order to get it to work, I have to basically bomb them and make them go in the corner, which is kind of random. Like, right there, I could potentially have gotten it. But he didn't spawn right. There we go. One quick hit. So it is a little bit random, but it can be done. In the original, the hitbox is much bigger, so you can hit them from much further away. Alright. That was a cool fight there. Definitely one of my better ones, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about this one. Oh, boy. This is gonna take a while. Alright. Okay, so none of these are anywhere different, but the challenges, holy crap. Okay, we need to do this. So we don't have any more swordless challenges, so we should probably put in Hothead just for fun. We'll put him on one of the edges, obviously. By the way, this entire dungeon disguises itself like an easy prank, but it is not. It actually looks a lot harder than it looks. So yes, we're on the final bits of the dungeons, but in order to complete them, we have to finish a specific amount of spots to do it. But here's the catch. We have a limited amount of side rooms, so we can't necessarily just put all of these together and expect that to be done. In order to actually finish this, we need multiple rooms that don't require stuff, so we'll have to throw in several side rooms to the right and more fiends. It's just crazy. My idea, though, is I'm probably gonna start in, like, the lower right. Build something from there and maybe just try and off to the right. But beyond that, it's gonna be... Most of the challenge in this is gonna be just straight up getting other stuff connected. And actually, now I think of it, I could just block this off. And then when that gets connected later, that'll force the staircase being to the right, meaning I do not have to go there ever. That saves a little bit of time, that's for sure. Okay, well, we need some multiple spots, so our entrance is gonna be this one again. And no matter what, we need a couple of rooms to the side that cannot be anything else, so let's do that easy part first. Let's put this one in, and a key door in just for fun. No, we'll just throw this guy off to the side. We don't really care if we have to defeat any limbs. And I think I'll just, to make this simple, I'll just make part of this a linear path to the right here. So we'll just do this. Again, with these longer dungeons, you want to explore as less as possible. So the more random stuff you put in, the better. So I'm kind of just putting other stuff. And right now, the biggest worry is having to actually defeat any bosses or doing other stuff. And yes, this is similar to the other ones. We want easy rooms to the side and some of the more annoying and tricky rooms off to the right, so we never have to defeat those. And kind of just make a linear path, but not actually connect all of it, because if we were to connect all this, it would just make it more difficult. Initially, I thought this was going to be more difficult to make, but I'm like, wait a minute. If I can't put that many 4 rooms, then maybe I'll just do that. And yes, this does look really simple. It looks like, oh, you could just connect it to this one, and then you could just destroy the dungeon. Nope, that isn't the case. It's actually a lot more difficult than I think. I'm gonna do this so that the staircase doesn't mess it up later. Okay, that is the 4th side room, so let's put this one in. Alright. Okay, we're running really low on those rooms, so we need to be a little bit careful. I think I know what I'll do. One of these has to be one of these, clearly, so we're gonna put that in there and start putting in some maybe lock doors? Here's a lock door. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, that can't be that. I was so focused on the lock door that I completely forgot what I should be doing. Okay, we have to put all these rooms in at some point. So we'll start by doing that. This. And this. And now this, apparently, as well. Okay, I actually don't want to see that guy, so you know what? We'll put this run in. We'll put another 4 room in here, which will be... I actually almost kind of want to fight a boss, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting really bored of doing the same thing over and over again. So... let's put in Key Slime and actually force him as a fight, so I can get better at him, because... I feel like I haven't done enough Key Slime in this video. Maybe I can have some fun with that. And yes, I'm just trying to have some fun with this dungeon. Okay, that might mess things up, so hang on. Let's put this one in. And we need to connect this again, clearly. Be smartest if we put that one in there. And then we should be able to finish it with that. At first, this looked easy, but it's actually a lot harder than I thought. Let's throw in a boss so it's not boring. And throw in maybe another key door if I can find it. Probably won't be able to find it. Okay. By the way, this dungeon's kind of tight. It has some pretty tight key patterns and a forced boss. So, there you go, guys. We'll have to fight 2 bosses for this one instead of 1. But, at the very least, we completed it. Alright. And with that done, we're going to very quickly do that. Arrange. Oh, wait. Adventure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some of these get really annoying, as you can clearly see. Like, there's some very complicated dungeons in here. Okay, we have to go up top first, clearly, so let's... Of course, the good thing is we have our sword back, and we have no other restrictions on this dungeon. So clearly, it's actually going to be one of the easier dungeons. Also, the problem was actually finishing it. Don't need the staircase, so we'll just go into our first of the mini bosses, and then our required key slide battle later. Just add a little bit of finesse to this dungeon. And yes, I did put a lot of bosses up to the right that are unnecessary. Of course, if I was smart, I'd probably, in a way where if someone actually were to play this dungeon, they would actually have to duel with all the bosses. I wish there was one that literally forces all of that. You know, I might make one of those for my last dungeon. It depends, though. And I should be killing these jerks, because they are very annoying. Especially in here, like... Not killing these guys in here just means I'm probably just gonna take tons of damage. Clearly, we need to kill them. Okay, force key slime fight. Because there are chests behind him. So we have to fight him, but that's fine. The reason why I didn't want to remove him, because he's, again, one of the easiest bosses in the entire game, so we could defeat him very quickly. Okay, no one cycle, but we got one of the slimes early. Pretty nice. Pretty quick. Alright. I hate this thing so much. There we go. It's gone. It's one of the most annoying rooms to get through, clearly. And yes, I am trying to sort of speedrun this, but not really. I kind of want to make it as interesting as possible, because if I don't make it interesting enough, people probably won't watch the video. That being said, though, I do still like to focus on setting up so I can go for the dungeon really quick. If I had not done that, then actually exploring the full dungeon would probably take up to 20 minutes to complete, clearly. And by the way, we could kill those things with a sword if we use our boomerang. Clearly, all you need to do is stun them. Again, these might be a little bit longer because I'm trying to set them up in a way to do stuff, but the way I'm going, this should hopefully only be a 3-parter, but it still could be longer. We don't know yet. And yes, I did set up a staircase in one of the spots simply so that I wouldn't have to connect it. I'm pretty sure if I didn't do that, I would not have enough rooms to complete the dungeon, so it's a good idea that I set that up early to use as many single-way rooms that I can. Gonna get pushed a bit. That's alright. Oh, wait. I can't go there, because that will trigger another boss fight. I don't want that right now. We need to go here instead. This room's been pretty popular in my builds, that's for sure. And yes, we're doing this all on camera. I don't want to skip building any of these dungeons because that would just feel kind of silly. And yes, I also put in Hothead. I think I've already said that though. I had a very bad fight with Hothead, so I kind of want to redeem myself before the end of this video. That's why I put Hothead back in again. I'd like to get, ideally, a very quick fight, maybe hitting him every single time he comes out. Just wait for it. Okay. Okay, that was a little bit quicker. Oh, that was... Whoa. That was at least 6 hits, and we already broke his shell. Okay, see, I told you this would be a much faster Hothead. Yeah, look at that. That didn't last more than a minute. Okay, we absolutely obliterated Hothead. Take that, Mr. Hothead. Mr. Hothead jerk. Alright. Well. Also, this next one might actually be a little bit more annoying, because I just realized something with this one. You have to put the nightmare spots into nothing but stairs all the way in the bottom spot. So no matter what, you have to go through the staircases. Ouch, that's kind of annoying. Well, we're gonna put Modorm in here to start off and make sure we have access to 2 staircases at the beginning. So we'll put this one, and from there it's basic madness. We basically have to put in every single staircase we can hope for. I don't know any other way to do this other than maybe start at the bottom, putting all the staircase rooms like this, like that, and this. And just do that with every room until it's completely filled. We might have to do some stuff, but right now I don't really have choices. My only choice right now is staircase, and yeah. You can see how annoying this room's gonna get, by the way. And since some of these have to be connected, your connecting staircases are very much limited. Alright. I honestly don't know what else to do other than just slam every single freaking staircase into there. And then just hope to, gosh, that I've actually done a pattern that allows me to do that. Because clearly I'm going to need to teleport everywhere if I want to get this done with. Okay, 1. 2. We need more top ones, so we'll do this. This. Keep in mind, they still have to be connected, too. That's the big problem. It's actually connecting these. Because if they don't connect, then how are we going to get through? Oh, man. And the very limited amount of two-way staircases just makes this really annoying. I think the only way you really do this is to make use of some of the freeways at specific spots. And also, my room is not set up well for this. I've blocked off all the staircases there. That might make things annoying. Obviously, these have solutions of their own, so they're probably going to take longer than I need to. Okay. Clearly I've put too many of these here, but I still don't know what to do. It's really annoying, to say the least. The biggest problem with this is the very limited amount of rooms to the side. So hang on, I'll actually quit arranging and set this up. So I can start from the beginning again. We need to make sure we put Actually, it might be smarter to put... Well, we have to put our Nightmare in no matter what. The Nightmare has to go on the top, and the entrance has to go on the bottom right. Okay, I think I just realized what I have to do, and it's very weird. We're gonna have to put single rooms next to each other so that they form kind of a pattern like this. 1, 2... We have to do this until we can, actually finish all these. Initially, I was like, oh, just do all that, but, probably would never work, though. In particular, the bottom ones seem to be the most chilled one, but before that, I probably should pick our stuff first. Okay, right. Here's my real confusion. How the heck is this gonna even connect up once it's finally done? Because it looks like it's gonna be extremely confusing. It's like, I'm just literally gonna warp from staircase to staircase, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's gonna be funny, but it's gonna be at least cool to watch. And yes, I kinda understand where this is going. Clearly you wanna save your top ones from the Nightmare and just fill in most of the spot by just doing the staircases right next to each other non-stop, and then arrange stuff if it goes bad. Here's the question. How am I gonna know which staircases I should go down and which ones I should ignore? That's the problem. That's the problem that I get worried about, clearly. Yes, all the staircase rooms have to be used, so we may as well use all of them while we can. Okay, well, something's messed up. None of the staircases match up yet. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe when I'm finished all of this, it'll make more sense. Like, oh, okay, I see now. It's starting to make a little bit of sense. Okay, this one has to be this for no reason whatsoever. And clearly we need to save our upper staircases for this, so we're gonna put these in now. Let's see what else I can put in. This random one. And, please tell me this is gonna work. Oh. Okay, it didn't work. Ugh. Okay, how am I gonna separate this then a little bit? Maybe connect the two to the right or to something else? And as you can see, these connect in a very weird way. And the problem is I can't really remove any staircases. I don't know what to do. Maybe swap these two rooms until things happen. Or I guess I have to put one of the side rooms in here instead. Except I can't do that, so I have to make it a triple run instead. Maybe this here, and this goes here, and that gets removed? Or maybe, no. Oh, and this has to be connected. Oh, wait, that's a free room. Like I said, the biggest problem here is not necessarily the problem with the initial part, but the fact that the staircase rooms are so limited that you are literally forced to just go from room to room like crazy. Okay, well, this one is doable. Clearly this probably needs to go somewhere else. Okay, that one's completely blocked off, so clearly you can't do that. The most frustrating part is the fact that there's so limited amounts of rooms that could be placed in their spots that it's hard to know which one goes where. Well, clearly we can't do this correctly, so we're gonna end the episode here, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to build all of these off screen just to save a little bit of time. And until then, guys, leave a like if you enjoy, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.